Resources. What does that mean? Okay? Most people think it's money. It's not, right? It's not. Here's what we look for. The first two are the most important because they determine all the others, right? It actually determines how you can even capitalize and operate a commercial structure in China. You need documents. So if you come to us, the first thing we do is screen for documents. So these are just basic qualifications for domestic commerce. The global commerce is slightly different, but not much. So when we screen someone, if you don't have documentation, there's nothing we can do. Tmall and JD have made it nearly impossible to register a store as the brand. It's super hard, and it should be, because if anyone can do it with fake documents, then anyone can squat on your brand in China. So they made it particularly difficult. It's good for you, it's bad for everyone else. The next thing is timeframes. This is a very realistic milestone schedule, all right? Yes, you can do it in a month. You can. Actually, it only takes 2 weeks to get approval, right? Or 3 weeks, right? And if you have an organized business, you can actually put up a store within 30 days. Have I ever seen that happen in 6 years? No. No. I already showed you that brand assets I need alone. I can tell you your photography is probably garbage. We're gonna need at least twice the quality. We're gonna have to give you a studio in Shanghai to do it. Your videos don't exist. Your content on your brand doesn't exist. It's not at the level. So there's going to be a period of time where someone does the localization and someone creates these brand assets. In addition, inventory, wherever you're making it, how it's going to come in, integrating with a 3PL warehouse, etc., and so on and so forth. But honestly, the biggest problem is those documents. It's having valid documents and licenses and trademarks that are legitimate, that allow you to launch a store. Right? So this should, as a brand, or as a business reinventing an industry, this should give you confidence. What does this mean to you? Right? Look at how hard this is. What does this mean? It means you don't even need to be successful in China, right? You can just kick butt overseas and then it'll hit in China and you can show up anytime because you're the brand and you're the only one that can produce these documents and therefore the only one that can capture the flag. Remember that, right? The next is the budget. I know you guys don't want to see this, but when you hire like an agency to do the work, I mean, the reality is you can't do Amazon, right? Amazon automates customer service. In fact, there is no customer service. There's no customer service in Amazon. You can't talk to merchants or third-party sellers in Amazon. Okay, I showed you the expectation level. So essentially, all of us as agencies, we have a whole bunch of functions that you normally wouldn't outside of China. We do SEO, we do SEM, we do media buying, we do activation, live streaming, we do campaign planning, the equivalent of Twitter, all of that content you've seen, all of those brand assets, copy, design, logistics, customer service. You've got to do so many different functions. And if any of them are run slightly wrong, your rank goes down, your store falls out of the results. So it's kind of like it's all a part of an ecosystem of merchant accountability and performance-based marketing. So this is where I would encourage you to understand that the relative costs of coming into the market, and yes, will probably be on the high side of what you see, but you also have to consider whether the company that's resourcing your account is doing it properly. They have the right people doing the right things right. And so when I see someone lowball a figure, I already know, A, they're either willing to lose money for a year or two on the account, purposely, to squat on the brand, or they've got some kind of contract they've tried to get you to sign, which gets you later. So understand, we've set the trap. We know what it costs to operate. We know the amount of inputs we need to make you successful. It's very common to see this rate card. You don't need to engage someone like us. There are other ways to do things, and we'll get to that.